Scott Peterson, the man convicted 20 years ago of killing his wife and his unborn baby, has a status hearing tomorrow in Redwood City. And that comes after the Los Angeles Innocence Project decided to take up his case in January.
The motions were filed here at San Mateo County Superior Court, claiming there's new evidence that supports Peterson's claim of innocence. This is a case that continues to grip the Bay Area. Let's bring in NBC's Jocelyn Moran with these new details. Jocelyn.
Yeah, we spoke with legal analyst Stephen Clark, who broke it all down for us. The LA Innocence Project is going to be focusing on a few things, including a van that was burned around the time of Lacey's disappearance and a burglary that occurred across the street from their home. Tomorrow is the first day in what is expected to be a lengthy process.
It's the case from Modesto that captivated the country. In 2004, Scott Peterson was convicted in the murder of his wife, Lacey Peterson, and their unborn child, Connor. 20 years later, the attention is back on this case after the LA Innocence Project decided to take it up.
They have exonerated many people throughout the years by using up-to-date DNA technology and other forensic information, and they're going to bring that expertise to Scott Peterson's case. The Innocence Project is going to start from the ground up, and they're going to look at the case as to whether there's any alternative theories as to what happened to Lacey and Connor Peterson.
Legal analyst Stephen Clark says among the things attorneys will be focused on is a van that was burned near Lacey Peterson's home.
What they want to do is go through that van with a fine-tooth comb and analyze whether any DNA was there from Lacey Peterson. That will be a very big deal.
He says they'll also focus on the burglary that occurred near Lacey's home, and they'll want to talk to witnesses. Scott Peterson told investigators he left the morning of Christmas Eve in 2002 to fish in Berkeley. The remains of Lacey and their unborn son surfaced months later, a few miles from where Peterson said he was fishing. Clark says the key in this case for the LA Innocence Project will be, can they establish that Lacey may have still been alive when Scott Peterson went fishing? As far as tomorrow, Clark says the court will likely set a timetable,
so that all the information is made available to the Innocence Project and that they can get their forensic teams in to actually do the testing. And then it'll be up to the prosecution to review that information and to see whether there's any merit to it.
He also says it'll likely take many months to draw any significant conclusions as to whether Scott Peterson will get a new trial, but he says this is Scott Peterson's last and best hope for a new trial. Peterson will not be at court in person. He will appear via live stream from Mule Creek State Prison in Amador County. Live in the studio, I'm Jocelyn Moran, NBC Bay Area News.